EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Here we go. Faster, faster.
A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense for the Saints, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Ready,
here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working from the gun, Lance had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Lance to throw it. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On play action, Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Okay.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. Oh, what a move. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Saints at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you've played something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing now is Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Watson off play action. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Watson now to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Open man is the tight end Troutman. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman, 39 yards. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Lance. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Lance. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well. You know? He's got to throw it better. Got to get him more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through, No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 39, Watson. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Howard up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 41, Watson drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. From the gun, here's Watson. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second down at 4. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Watson on first down. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? To throw is Watson. Touchdown, Saints! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No gain on the play there, second down. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Saunders. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Lance now on first down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Down. 4 yards remain for second down. Here's Lance to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. And this is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ready?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A give to Howard up the gut. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Drill, 52.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lance looking to throw it. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
The Lance going to throw.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On first down, they run with Howard. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
And Lance now to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
They go counter with Howard. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And oh my, mistake there. Backs up, takes a fair catch at the 3-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they got to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Lance. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
And credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Trying the right side with Howard. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination